Good morning, Joey.
Good morning. Good afternoon.
Cranky kid alert.
Hey!
See?
I don't think it like that.
And I don't like your language. Alright, again, the paragraph we're on is, "Then I turned to see the voice that was speaking with me, and having turned, I saw 7 golden lampstands. And in the middle of the lampstands I saw one like a man, like a son of man, clothed in a robe reaching to the feet and girded across the chest with a golden sash. His head and his hair were white, like white wool, like snow, and his eyes were like a flame of fire. His feet were like burnished bronze, like it had been made to glow in a furnace. And his voice was like the sounds of many waters. In his right hand he held 7 stars, and out of his mouth came a sharp 2-edged sword. And his voice, and his face was like the sun shining in its strength. And his face was like the sun shining in its strength." Alright, so we're on Revelations 1:14. Parallel translations. I do the New International Versions because that's what the translations are also, or the cross-references are. So the NIV, 1984, copyright, all rights reserved. His head and hair were like, not like right there, but let me start like that whole chapter, paragraph, over, His head and hair were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were like blazing fire. Cross-like references. Daniel 7:9. As I looked, thrones were set in place, and the ancients of days took their seats. His clothing were as white as snow, the hair of his head as white like wool. His throne was flaming with fire, and its wheels were all ablaze. In Daniel 10:6. His body was like chrysolite, his face like lightning, his eyes like flaming torches, his arms and legs like the gleam of burnished bronze, and his voice like the sound of a multitude. Revelations 2:18. To the angels of the church in Thyatira write, "These are the words of the Son of God, whose eyes are like blazing fire, and whose feet are like burnished bronze." Revelations 19:12. His eyes are like blazing fire, and on his head are many crowns. He has a name written on him, and no one knows but himself. And that is Revelations 1:14. And that will end at 4, Revelations 1:14 for right now, I don't miss that generation you. Groovy man. I'll be right back, okay, man. I love you, brother, sister.